What's up, everyone? I'm Matt with Axiom Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing Tom and Jerry, the movie that just dropped yesterday in theaters and on HBO Max. Gosh. So last night I watched Tom and Jerry the movie. It just released yesterday in theaters and on streaming on HBO Max. And normally I don't care for children's movies. I don't really get too hyped about it, but I grew up on Tom and Jerry. Most people grew up on Tom and Jerry. Considering this TV show started in 1940, that's generation on generation on generation of kids that watched Tom and Jerry, whether it be religiously watching it, loving it when it first came out, or watching it on Saturday morning cartoons to watch the classics. We've all seen Tom and Jerry. We all know the cat and mouse. I've realized a lot of people don't understand or don't realize which one is Tom and which one is Jerry. The cat is Tom and the mouse is Jerry. But I did really want to watch the movie because, like I said, I did grow up on it and multiple people did. But I'm also a fan of Tim Story, the director. He's done the following films. And also I'm a fan of Chloe Grace Moretz. She's the main actress in the film. I've been a fan of her since she did Amityville when she was just a little kid. Technically, I was a little kid at the same time too. But anyways, and also Michael Pena's in the film, and I'm a big fan of his. Most people know his portrayal in End of Watch. He's phenomenal in that. I've been a fan of his all the way from Gone in 60 Seconds and his little side cholo role. But the overall movie's really good. It takes place in New York City, focusing around Chloe Grace Moretz's character. I actually really enjoyed the movie. It actually had a really good storyline, especially for a readaptation of a 1940s cartoon show and also a made-for-kids movie. The comedy was really well placed. They had a lot of nods to different forms of comedy for different generations. They had cameos in there, references to certain things such as Rage comics. Comment below if you caught the Rage comic meme face, because I was laughing hysterically at that. They actually had a cameo from the 1992 Tom and Jerry movie. Let me know if you guys catch that. And I'll give you a hint. He's wearing a Hannibal Lecter mask. I really enjoyed all the actors in the movie. I feel they all played their parts very well. And also, the movie gave a perfect amount of the classic Tom and Jerry cat and mouse chase scenes that we all know about and we all grew up watching and love, with Tom chasing after Jerry and Jerry being the perfect getaway con artist that cat can catch. So it was perfect with that. I really feel the connection between the CGI'd characters, because obviously Tom and Jerry are CGI'd, and the real world effects of what they were doing flowed really well. The chase scenes really incorporated a good combination of the CGI chase scene in the old school animation format while interacting with the real world on screen flawlessly. From disheveling a room to destroying pianos to destroying entire conference rooms. It really did well. They did a good job at making the CGI flow seamlessly with the surroundings. And that I very much liked. One key thing that I was questioning on when I was going in to see this movie was in the trailer that I watched. I didn't watch multiple trailers, or if they even dropped multiple trailers. I watched one and I knew I was going to see it. But in the trailer, it shows it's a real life adaptation, but Tom and Jerry themselves are in more still their classical animation, not 3D animated, not super CGI imposed. It was their classic style animation that they were back in the 40s and back in the 1992 movie. But the biggest thing about it was I was curious of how they're going to incorporate that, because are they the only animated animals? And the director went with a really cool image in the movie that every animal is animated. They didn't leave any animal non-animated. Every animal, every bug, insect, birds, elephants, everything is animated. And I think that was a really cool way to do it, as opposed to just having real life adaptation and then these two animated characters somehow being involved and everyone just being, yeah, what's up? We're cool with that. No, they did it all. All animals were animated, and it played really well into the movie. I really enjoyed Chloe Moretz's character. She played a very witty and shady character, and I didn't expect her to play that kind of character, or expect to have a character like that in general in a children's movie, but she did really well with it, and it was actually pretty captivating to watch her act like that, coming from some of the roles that she's done in the past. Another cool thing about the movie is that they really didn't have Tom and Jerry talk, since Tom and Jerry are famous for not having really any speaking lines. They had a few random spots of screaming sounds or a little bit of a voiceover here and there, but they don't talk, whereas other animals do talk, and that was really cool, that they still kept that homage to Tom and Jerry's nostalgia, that there's no dialogue between them except for what's shown through body language. Another great thing about this movie, I'm a big music fan. I absolutely love music of all genres. My playlists that I listen to have spanned from dubstep to Mozart, Chris Stapleton to Cher. Like, it spans across everything. I'll listen to Beethoven and I'll jam to Metallica. It doesn't matter to me. I love all forms of music. I believe it's all different forms of art that give some form of expression or some charismatic voice from the artist. That being said, the music score in this film is actually really good. It has a very big funk-like sound to it. It's live, it's upbeat, it really keeps you entertained. The music choice was really clever, and it kept you wanting to listen to more. Well, now that I just swapped out the dead battery in my camera, moving on, probably one of my favorite things about the movie was the action scenes. Without giving too much away, like I said, go see it for yourself. I think it's a really good movie for kids and pretty much for anyone. But the action scenes were really good. They were very Mission Impossible-esque, and it was entertaining to watch, and it was cool to see them take that kind of role with Tom and Jerry. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie. It was fun, it was entertaining, it was comedic, and I really think Chloe Grace Moretz and Michael Pena did really well in the movie together. And yes, I am biased because I am a fan of both of them, but overall they did really well. There were a couple points in the movie that were a little bit long, drawn out, tad bit boring, but overall the movie was really good. It was really fun to go back to my childhood roots and watch this movie and see Tom and Jerry do what they do best. The cat and mouse chase game, leaving everything in every room or every scene disheveled. So it was a lot of fun to watch that and reconnect back with that kind of childhood enjoyment. So I rate my movies based from 1 to 10. 10 being stellar movies. Movies where the actors really bring it, where the imagery is phenomenal, where the cinematography is great. If they're using CGI, is it perfection? All of that culminated in creates a 10. An example of my rating of a 10 would be Captain America Civil War. It was great comedy, great acting, phenomenal cast came together, which is pretty much just an Avengers movie without being titled Avengers. The CGI was great, the storyline was great, and it really opened up for what was to come. That's why I give it a 10. Another good movie that I would classify as a 10, probably one of my favorite movies of all time, Good Will Hunting. The acting in that is perfection. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Stellan Skarsgård, Robin Williams, all playing these phenomenal roles. Because of the acting and the storyline, that gets a 10 out of 10. On the other end, a 1. A 1 is the exact opposite of a 10. That would be movies like The Room, the horror movie Rubber, or the atrocity horror movie Thanksgiving. So from my perspective of 1 to 10, I would put this probably at about an 8. Like I said, it's a great kids movie. It's fun, it's enjoyable. There's some drawn out parts to it, but it's a great film. It's fun to watch with your significant other or with your entire family. It's just a good movie to watch. All right, guys, I hope you liked my review of Tom and Jerry's movie that just came out yesterday. If you did like it, be sure to click the like button below. Hit the subscribe button for future videos that come out. Also, if you have any movie recommendations, any genre, I don't care. I don't discriminate on genres. I love movies for the cinematic effect. Comment those down below. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what movies you guys want me to see and you want me to review. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.